disrespectful, and never pay attention to the people in front of you that really care about you.
How you guys doing?
Hey, fine. How are you doing?
Doing great. I'm Jen from Massachusetts area.
Okay.
I'm from Delaware, but I've been up here in Massachusetts. I had my first child at 57 years old.
Oh, God.
Congrats.
It was rolling. Yeah, congratulations. 57.
Hey, I'm wrong with the boys, you know.
Welcome back to another episode of Everybody Eats Pizza. I'm Snoop.
It's your boy Bang.
D1.
And today we're going to start off by talking about those planes, y'all. What y'all think about that? What's going on?
I don't know. So how many is it? I know it was the plane crash in D.C., the one in Philly, and who was the other one?
Well, the one in Texas, that was an old one. That happened.
So they caught on fire with the wing catching on fire?
I don't know, but it was one that they had going around in
the
Texas.
wing yeah, this one
that was an old one. But I think I heard about another one.
Then they had one with two ran into each other, but it was in Seattle, Washington.
So it was two planes?
Oh, yeah,
They
Seattle.
ran into each other.
Mm-hmm. I saw Seattle.
Okay, so.
But they was on the ground though. They weren't in the air.
They were on the ground?
They was on the ground, yeah, like landing, and both of them just ran into each other.
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of coincidences. So for now.
And then one, like there was one that started to catch on fire, but they landed.
Yeah, that's the one. I think that's the one in Texas, I think. I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
Somewhere.
But they were saying, like, people were saying, like, a lot of stuff been going on. They just coming to the front.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, that's it. All this stuff been going on, but they just coming to the front.
I got a hashtag I like to use. I call it conspiracy theory nuts, right? And I always use that when stuff like this happen because these conspiracy theory cats, they try to come up with all these kind of explanations of why something happened. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when stuff happens, the answer is easier than what people try to make it out to be. It's usually plain right in front of your face. You know
So what do you
saying?
think the answer is?
For the DC one, I think that was just a operator error on account of the helicopter pilot. The plane couldn't stop, and whatever they was doing to prevent them from doing their job, flying a helicopter like they supposed to, I think that's why they crashed into the plane. And the rest of the planes is probably because they don't maintain and take care of these planes like they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree to that, but as far as it being error, I don't think so, and that's because with the chopper, you can do anything with the chopper, and they say you can't see. No, you can see. You can see. It was no fog or none of that.
So on a regular chopper, this is a Black Hawk.
Yeah. I mean, and now Black Hawk, the military, so you have to see, right?
Black Hawk.
So, yeah.
In a way advanced.
Way advanced. Okay, and if I can see out my little bitty window on a plane, I know you can see out
in a big window.
So, and then that's why they use it for emergencies, because they can do anything. I was in a chopper before. That thing was doing some of everything.
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying? It could stop right away.
Yeah,
Right away. And
if I could fly on choppers all the time, I would. I flew on chopper before too, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's way
But
better
it's
flight
scary,
than
though.
a plane. The only difference is it's so loud. The motor's so loud.
Yeah, it's loud. You can't hear.
But this is the question though. Let's say that it is something to it, like you and some of these other people say. What would be the purpose? You know what I'm saying? What would be the purpose? Who was on that plane, or if you want about the people on the plane, what purpose? What purpose do it serve for somebody on that chopper to kill all the people on that plane, right?
When they're about to land, that's the crazy part.
Exactly, they're about to land.
And that's the thing. Like, why do people do anything? People are crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can go back to, and I know it was an attack in 911, but you know what I'm saying? But it's like still, for real, like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why? I gotta ask that all the time. Just like, for example, since we're speaking of conspiracy theories, people have been talking about the cloning thing. So recently, there have been rumors that they cloned Jamie Foxx. What purpose would it serve to clone Jamie Foxx? What purpose?
Now see, now that's
you see what I'm saying?
different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's different.
But I'm just saying, the why is what I'm saying. We talking about the why.
Why?
What purpose do it serve?
And see, I can go back to I can if you want to come up with any, any opinions or whatever ideas of why. It could have been somebody mad at the Trump thing or whatever. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? They mad at what they think is gonna happen.
That's
that's
one of the theories is they saying that it's because of some decision or choice he done made since he done took the seat is the reason why that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then that would be a why. But that's what I'm saying. It got to be a reason other than just being a conspiracy for the sake of a conspiracy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some people saying it was somebody on that plane, and now it's been determined that it was basically a bunch of regular people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So why? It is not just an accident or a freak accident or operator error on the helicopter pilot's part. Why?
some people do something to make a statement too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I seen
They
on,
do abnormal things to make a statement.
I seen on TikTok, it was a guy, he was sitting on the airplane, and he was like looking and making sure everybody was coming on the plane, talking about who looked important. Talking about, get me out of here, cause
He don't drive nobody.
yeah, he was like, who look like somebody that they want to get.
I feel that.
Cause I be on the plane sometimes, I be like, who that? Okay, he look like he might know something, I don't know. Cause you never know, like you said, why?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
People crazy these days, for real.
Yeah. And then, and then I go back to thinking like a lot of this stuff, people are going to continue to do stuff because like it is the end of time and stuff. Crazier things are going to be happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing don't shock me no more.
So,
Nothing don't shock me no more at all.
I don't want to be that guy, man, but I can't buy into that whole end of time thing. I've been hearing that since I was like 5. I'm 45 now, man.
Grandma, you say that all the time.
It been in the time for
Last
40 years now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's getting
Last
closer.
days.
I've been hearing it since I was little too.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, it's getting worse and worse. It's not the same as when I was little.
Oh, no,
The time they were talking about, I'm really seeing it
Yeah,
more and more
it's
now.
not the same. No.
It's not the same.
That's another thing. I got into an argument with a friend of mine about that, right? Like, what really has changed though? Think about it. Like for example, with these young kids shooting and killing each other, right? People act like it's so much worse than it used to be back in the day. It's really not. Since the gun been invented, people been getting shot. That's what it was invented for, to shoot people. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole Wild Wild West thing, you know what I'm saying? Then the Prohibition, then the crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all chime in. What y'all think?
You know what I'm saying? The 80s. So when you gonna tell me that it's worse now than it was during the crack epidemic?
Yeah, I feel like it is.
You think so?
I feel like it is.
When they had,
Yeah.
I think social media make it worse.
The drug industry is way worse as it is. You know,
it's not worse. It's just a different product.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's just
Hold on, let me get
Yeah.
it out. It's worse. I do this for a living. You see what I'm saying? It's worse. The stuff that they're putting in it now, the stuff they're coming up with, developing, it's killing way more people. It's on the rise. It like when you look at when you research. Look at your years. You see what I'm saying? Oh, everything is getting worse. Everything's getting worse. You see what I'm saying? And it is. Like, if there's no way, people used to not lock their doors.
A lot more out there. It's getting put out there. Like social media is putting everything out there, like in your face than before. Because a lot of stuff we didn't know. Now you really see everything going on.
I mean, the thing about it is, to me, like, it's always gonna be violence. It always has been violent. People always gonna get high because they always have the high. It just changes. One time it was heroin, then it was coke, then it was crack. Now it's fentanyl and meth. And then when we gone, it's gonna be another damn drug they're gonna be getting high on.
Right, exactly. It's always gonna be. It's always gonna grow.
Yeah, because they want to get higher. They want to get higher.
I don't really
just listen to what you're saying. Yeah,
I don't think it's growing though. I think it's always something. It just seems worse. You know what I'm saying? Because when you young, you ain't paying attention. I won't think about. I won't think about that stuff. But now I got kids and stuff. Now I pay attention to stuff like that. Or you might pay attention to stuff you didn't pay attention for. But I don't really think nothing got worse. I think it's always been bad.
Anytime where people could go out their house and not lock their door. and feel
You
safe.
talking back in the days?
And back in the days,
Oh, back in
and
the
now you better lock that mug. You know what I'm saying?
They should have locked
You
back
better.
in.
but you know what I'm saying? It was
Right.
less
I
crime.
I think it's dangerous now to go to somebody's house than back then.
It was,
You don't know nobody got them.
Yeah,
You go to somebody's house now, you take a risk.
But it's saying
Everybody, yeah.
You take a risk.
It's a higher risk now.
It depends on where you was staying at though. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be less crime where you
Everybody
at,
was
but-
in the country back in the day.
You know, back
No, well, not me.
Well, you
Not
know-
me. I'm talking about
But
like
see,
in
the
my
country,
day.
I was in the
the
country.
country is
I know.
different. Now you can do that in the country, you know what I'm saying? But I'm
Yeah.
talking about for like people who was living like in the city livings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
but and there too.
then on
they
one
used to
side,
do
this
it.
side, like if you on this side of town, you might could get away with not locking your door at night. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
The other
yeah.
side of town, you know what I'm saying? It'd be different, but
Right.
I don't know. But people say it's an argument. I mean, it's debatable whether
More people could fight back then in the day, especially us. Because I was, and
You talking
everybody,
about instead of
I was
guns,
a fighter.
just
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah, we could fight in
Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, and I promise to you, like, if we're not friends the next week, next month, we're friends the next year. So,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're going to get over it. Like, now, man, they are really killing. There was no way we did not fight over nobody's clothes.
Right.
None of that.
I
We
mean,
did not do none of that
But like I'm saying, that's debatable again because in the 80s, people were getting killed over Jordans. People were getting killed over, in the 90s, people were getting killed over Avirex jackets. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, since the gun been invented, people been getting shot.
Yeah, they, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So to say that there's more now.
With a bar narrow, people were getting killed.
Right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm just
You see
saying.
what I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah.
but it's just, like I said, I
I
feel
don't-
like it's worse.
I don't think so.
You know, yeah.
I think-
we got our own opinions, and I respect that. But I just feel like it's getting worse. We see it a lot more, and I'm not even saying social media. I still get the phone calls. So
Right,
back
right.
then, you could find out stuff quicker probably back then than you did do now on Facebook. Like, I don't know nobody
I don't know
dead.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Facebook
Sometimes
is the
they
news now.
quick with it. Facebook is quick with
Yeah,
it.
they
But
quick
you don't
with it, though.
find out until I done looked at Facebook. I haven't seen Facebook in 2 days and found that when I log on,
Right.
I see somebody dead. Back in the days, those phones were ringing
Right,
off the
somebody
hook.
called,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
We know. I'm like, how do we know all that stuff back then that was on Facebook? But yeah, I just feel like everything's getting worse. I see it.
I don't think it's getting
I
better. I don't think it's
Well, that's for damn sure. It ain't.
It ain't getting better. I know
I
that.
don't
It
get
ain't getting better.
Yeah,
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 it's like
it
I
ain't getting
said,
better. It's going down.
But I just,
I believe.
the 80s was different.
I think the 90s was the best, to be honest.
It was the best. The 90s was good. The 90s was a good time.
When we came up, we was coming
Yeah,
up,
the
they
90s
was
was
the
a good
best. I think they're the best.
You came up in the 80s.
No, I ain't come in the 80s. I came up in the 90s. The 90s were the best, to be honest, for real. Like music, everything, like it was just different.
80s, 90s.
Yeah, we
80s,
know.
90s.
I was born in 79, so
I would have 79 too.
from 80 on up.
We
you know what
old,
I'm
but it's
saying? Like,
okay.
you
I don't
what
know
I mean?
now, not the early 80s. I don't know what that was about, but
I think the crack.
No, she's talking the music.
Oh, the music. Oh,
I don't know.
It was for then.
You heard the song first grade.
He's crazy. Nah, but seriously, for
the
then.
disco. It's
Nah, disco.
like disco. Not early.
Hip hop started in the late 70s.
Okay.
Hip hop killed disco.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, that's when they first started. They used to chop up disco records. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
okay.
but for like what it was during that time period, it was dope. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Until it moved on. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like from 79, I say from like 78, 77, 78 up until the early 80s.
Mhm.
Like you had Run DMC, and then when LL came out,
Yeah,
it was a shift.
Yeah.
So when LL and the people that his
Big
era
Daddy-
came out,
Big Daddy
yeah,
Kane
it was a
and all
shift.
that,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
right.
You can spot the shifts where music changed. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But before that, it was what it was for that time period. You know what I'm saying?
They had to go where they can go with.
It did what it needed to do.
You do it right to get to the next level.
So do you find yourself saying, like even with the change of music, like today's rap and the 80s, 90s rap, like
I'm gonna put it to you like this because I keep it real, right? People our age don't like the music that's being made now. Guess what, nigga? You ain't supposed to. Right? You ain't supposed to.
Yeah,
If you're unless you're just somebody who love music like me,
Right.
you're not gonna connect with none of this music.
Right.
When I was a teenager, my mama and them didn't like my music.
Right.
Because they weren't supposed to.
Right.
They want their music. The generation, once you get to start getting into the generational gaps, unless you bridge the gap, you're not gonna like it.
True.
And you're not supposed to unless you can't connect with it. Me myself personally, I give them a chance, right? Because you got a lot of cats like I don't like this shit, but they don't even listen to it.
Right.
How you gonna know if you like it or not if you don't even listen? Don't give it a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's some good music out here. It's some trash out here. But guess what? When we was coming up, it was some good music and it was some trash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to. Jay Cinco trying to join my live.
Who?
Jay Cinco, social media influencer. Dang.
Who's that?
Oh, he's a social media influencer. Very, out there.
Oh, this what's up.
And I can't click on it though. I must have.
Did you cut it?
I think I waited too late.
Did you cut it? You just
Keeping everything, bro.
I think I waited too late.
This
Oh, we
is
did,
good.
y'all. We
Yeah.
live on.
Yeah, we
live on
rolling.
TikTok.
This is what the podcast is about.
We rolling.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Man, I see this thing, man. They talk about
the TikTok jeans.
Oh my God.
And you get on TikTok with no shirt on, cook some
I waited
noodles.
too
What you
late.
trying
I
to
say, what's my girl name? Cooking with what's her name? Cooking with Kyra.
Cooking with Kyra.
She do a twerking and got all that money just like that. That's crazy.
You crazy?
Cooking with Kyra.
So a lot of people,
Yeah.
people when they first announced they was gonna ban TikTok, right? Some of the and this once again this is a generational gap thing because it was an older nigga I seen say this. He was like, yeah, I seen people fussing because they gonna ban TikTok. He like, I don't have a TikTok account. He said, y'all need to get over it. And I'm like, I said, bro, do you know how much money some of these motherfuckers make off of TikTok?
Yeah, they make it killing on
That's why they
TikTok.
fussing. They ain't fussing because there's no social media.
Yeah.
It's just their income.
Look at Shamar. Look at Shamar. He don't know about TikTok.
Tiny little cockroach looking nigga.
Look at his mouth there and everything. Look, he what you got to say about Shamar?
Wrong.
He wrong.
Y'all listen.
I'm gonna tell you this straight, and I'm gonna tell you this, and you can believe it. Every time back in the days, every time me and my sister, my brother, we pick on everybody. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm restricted.
I'm just picking.
Uh-oh.
So I told you.
Oh no, the visibility.
Tell you TikTok be on that bull. Hey, bro. You seen them Raid commercials back in the day, right? You know them Raid commercials.
I don't know why I can't add y'all.
Hey, you know them Raid commercials back in the day? With the roach, they spray Raid, the roach explode. You see how the roach mouth look? Tell me Shamar mouth don't look like that.
I don't know why.
But he done got it dead now.
Yeah, but
So,
before though.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
That nigga, hey, he keep his hair down and shit.
Yeah. He
I
done
don't
blew up
know.
though.
I can't add y'all. I don't know what's going on.
Go to Facebook.
Because different people want to join, but I can't. It won't let me send an invite. Wow. No, I know how to. This.
Yeah, I can't. I still learning how to use TikTok. I just cleaned my inbox out. They had like 1,000 messages in my inbox. You know, every time you follow somebody back, it sends you a message and tell you to say something to them.
All right.
I know, I can't. I don't know, y'all. Sorry. Can't figure it out. But so yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on, y'all.
Do y'all think
It's
this
like-
generation lost?
Yes. Yes. And why? Back to the why again. People say it's not parenting, but it is parenting as well. Parenting has a lot to do with it. Support systems have a lot to do with it as well. Leaders have a lot to do with it as well. Christians have a lot to do with it also as well. Don't we break it down? Why?
Go ahead.
One, okay. So we have young parenting people. We have young parents, right? A lot of parents want to be the friend instead of the parent.
Right.
I'm sorry. This is just my take. Your child's not your friend. That's your child.
Right.
That's how I raise mine. They're not my friend. Now, I love my children, but they're not my friend, and I'm going to raise them as my children. You see what I'm saying? It was a video that I shared with y'all the other day where it was a little baby's birthday.
Oh my God, fuck him up.
And yeah, he was 2. And he, first of all, put the candle out with his bare hands, right?
That let you know.
And then he kept right on pulling the mom's hair.
Right.
Well, the grandma got mad at the comments. I comment as well, and she said, you know, they let him. He was was he cursing?
I didn't watch
I know he was beating her up.
I didn't watch it with
He kept
sound.
on.
Cause I was at work. I didn't watch it with sound though.
He kept right on beating her up. I'm talking about beating the brakes off her. Okay, pulling wigs, everything. Okay, then at the end of the video, he ended up eating the cake, just stirring in it, and with a knife.
Right.
Okay,
He gonna be a serial killer.
So, and they said they let him have his way because it was his birthday. Okay, you ain't let him have his way only for that day. You've been letting him have his way. He's been doing that, and then he's seen somebody do that also. Okay, so it's like you gotta nip it in the bud. No, it doesn't always call for putting your hand on a child, but you need to discipline a child. However you discipline them, discipline them. If you have to lay hands on them, not abuse, but, you know, corrective action, you know, whatever you see fit. But the thing of it is, you got to be a parent and discipline these kids. Teach these kids, don't be going out here running your mouth. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to be somebody out there that's ready for you.
Right.
I mean, I say ready. And if you don't want to see yourself burying your child, get them. I got mine. I got my child, whether I thought my child was right, wrong, whatever.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I expected somebody else to get your child. I don't want nobody messing with my child. I don't want my child messing with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bury mine. And I had 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that or whatever. I want my child here. I want them to be something of themselves. I'm going to enforce going to college. You know, everybody don't have to, but I'm going to enforce that. School's not for everybody. I knew it wasn't for my baby boy. You see what I'm saying? But as long as you're going to graduate from high school, and then if you're not going to college, you're going to work. That's what I always told my kids. You see what I'm saying? Be respectful. If somebody an adult say this and say that to you, keep your mouth closed still. Be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Yeah, it's a lot of people. Leaders. You got a lot of leaders here in our town that's, you know, saying they're out to help the youth. But are you really out to help the youth, or are you out for clout? You see what I'm saying? Are you out for clout? Churches, what are y'all doing? You see what I'm saying? Are y'all out to help? A lot of people don't like to go in the hood because it's the hood. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on. We gotta get it together. Don't nobody wanna. You can't say that to my. Don't say nothing to my child.
Right.
You know. Okay. You know. We lost it. We lost it.
I agree. I'm gonna take it back even further. Like, and I've heard several old people say this because I love having conversations with my elders, and a lot of them say that we've been lost since we unsegregated ourselves. They said things were better in the black community before. You know, they take the black man out of the house. As far as, you know what I'm saying, you can get this, that, and this, but you can't have it if you got
and that too. And the government plays a part on it.
A big part.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. And then, you know, a lot of, I want to say something so bad, even though a lot of, you know, people that do get the government assistance sneak Charlie in, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course. Somebody's still gonna be there. They gotta leave when the inspection comes around.
He there.
He there.
But the thing is, you know, it's always there.
That's true as hell, man.
You gotta get MIA, you know what I'm saying, for a couple hours.
But the thing
go to your house.
Hit home with that one.
The thing is, I ain't mad at Charlie being there, but what is he there doing? Is he there just leeching off you? or is he there trying to help you come out the hood? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Is he there to help you bring you and your children up? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Well, why are you there? Why are you there?
That's
You know?
that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, you know, but everything plays a part.
Yeah.
Everything plays a part.
You're right.
I mean, it do. And I'm not, you know, and I'm not bashing the men either. Women too. Even, you know, women have these kids, and a lot of women taking the kids out of the father's life too because they mad. They mad he got another girlfriend. They in their feelings. You see what I'm saying? Stop keeping these kids away from their daddies. I'm sorry. Stop doing that. You're not hurting the daddy. You hurting. Well, you might be hurting them too, but you hurting your child. You know, you hurting your child.
Yeah. It's a movie.
Like-
It's a movie on TikTok about it. I think it's called. Not on TikTok, on Tubi. It's called Toxic or something.
I need to see that. What? Toxic.
I think that's the name of it. Toxic.
I've seen so many movies on Tubi. I don't really know the names. I just know
Yeah.
when I started looking at it.
The dude got out. He got out of prison. And he went to go see her, and she already had another dude staying there.
Oh wow.
So then he moved on. So she went to a restaurant, saw him sitting to a table with another woman. She went to the bathroom and spazzed out. Told him, how dare he go out and be happy?
What the fuck?
How dare he go out and be happy? I said, oh, that's toxic as hell.
Yeah.
But it's people like that though, men and women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's sad. I mean, it really is. So, well, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah,
We can go on and on and
Yeah, we
on.
can do a whole nother podcast.
I know, right?
I ain't lying.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So, guys, that concludes our discussion of with Everybody Eats Pizza. We will see you on a later episode. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.